Hey folks, Dr. Groovy here, Dr. Funkenstein, Doctor, yes the doctor is in. I'm Scott Grove from GroovyMusicLessons.com, and it's time to get all kinds of funky with our bad selves. Yeah, time to break out the bass hand, do the popping and the slapping and all the other stuff that people usually have to pay an extra 20 bucks for. That's right. So you're going to need a few things before the video either downloads or the DVD comes to you or whatever. Number one, you're going to have to make sure you actually understand how to play the bass, how to tune the bass, and you actually have at least 4 strings on your axe. I'm using 4 today instead of 5. I'm going to be using one of these Gene Simmons things because most of the basses I have, like this one here, it's got 33 flipping frets on it, but no fret markers for you guys, so I don't get to play with the fun ones. All the fun ones never have any fret markers. You don't need to know where you're at. Strings, fresh strings. Remember, funk, slap, pop, none of that stuff exists when you got strings that sound like telephone cables or ropes, when they sound like this. What the heck is that? I don't even know what you're playing, dude. We need stuff that's actually going to... Okay, so stuff that actually makes some noise. We'll be working with the Beat Buddy down here, the drum machine, to get some tracks, laid down and actually play along with. Stuff like this. That kind of thing. So we'll be actually having some grooves to play, and you can play along, and I will shut up so you can jam with some of the tracks. Of course, from me, if you want to. If you don't happen to have a Beat Buddy by now, you can always just get the downloads from me that I made, which are 60 different full length, meaning 3 to 6 minute long tracks, and 6 different styles, 10 tracks of each one. So you can grab those to play along with, or you can grab them online. But anyway, so yeah, you're going to learn all the stuff where I left off on my first video. If you don't have it, that's fine, as long as you actually already know your notes. You've already got some strings on here, okay? They're actually going to put forth the funk. And as long as you are open-minded about a couple things. Remember, I'm just going to give you a lot of tools, and you're going to go build your own house. So a lot of people will be saying, well, he's teaching you bad habits, or, with any teacher, they're going to say that. So there's no bad habits, man, unless it's physically going to be doing you harm, okay? So there's nothing I'm going to show you that's going to put you in harm's way. A couple quadruple flips that you have to play while you go into a pool, but we'll be using wireless, so you won't get shocked. I will every now and then pull out the pick, and just to show you how to be able to, if you're a person who plays with a pick, to be able to pull out some funk while you're playing with a pick. So we'll do what's actually called, let's get a pick here. Okay, so you're playing like that. So we're going to be playing hybrid picking, which means you can actually, if I actually want to show you, hey, I can show you. If you're playing along like this, so you can play the stuff with your pick at the same time. So you're doing a Mustang. So you can play with the pick and without it at the same time, but without having to discard it. Okay, because, yeah, there's definitely places to play for a pick, because it has a definite sound, and some people can get 10 times the speed. So whatever your style is, pick or fingers or whatever, I'm going to show you how to get away with both. And again, just to get you better at this popping and slapping and funking and all that kind of stuff, and how to stay out of your own way. Okay? There's definitely places for it, and even more important, there's places to do it, but with less going on than you think. It doesn't have to be... It just doesn't. There's really no need for all that, unless you're Flea and you're hopped up on goofballs or something. So get ready to learn some great licks, some great techniques, and some great restraint, where definitely less is more. Okay, so those type of things, and yeah, we'll get a little more fingery, a little bit more busy, but like I said, I'll show you what you ought to be knowing if this is only your second lesson around, which I would expect it to be. Again, I'm basing it off if you have taken my beginner funk lesson or not, or if you already know some of it. Now you're going to go from some of it to the intermediate thing. You're not going right to the Victor Wooten pro stuff right now. Okay, so this will take you from a good beginner to a really great intermediate thing. So we're going to be here for 2 hours. So all kinds of junk to cover, okay? So grab the video, grab you a fresh set of wires to throw on here, and we're going to get funkier than these socks I've had on for about a week and a half, all right? So I'll talk to you guys as soon as you get the video, all right? Check you soon. Hey folks, thanks for grabbing the video. We're going to actually work with the tedious metronome right off the bat. Metronomes are usually not my thing, but they're, I always enjoy playing with the drum tracks, which we will be doing a fair amount of. But right away, I want to just make sure that you are caught up with where I want this lesson to begin for you, okay? For anybody who does not own a compressor yet, beautiful thing to have. Everybody needs one. I'll go ahead and pull this off of the tripod, and I've got about 15 or so of these things. But anyway, this one right here is, the nasty old Elisa's 3630. Again, I use these on everything. I've got one on my bass amp behind me. I've got them in the rack here in front of me. They're just everywhere. But yeah, if you don't know how to use a compressor, I highly suggest getting one. I've got a video on how to use them and so forth. But they just kind of even everything out. They really help with this funk stuff. They don't let peaks, really add, hit distortion levels. Everything is kept basically at a constant level. And then I use a switch that goes to the B side that actually has a boost and a little more compression for soloing and so forth, when it's really hard funk time. And then it adds, this real pillowy sound to it that just is sonically cool. So grab yourself a compressor and work with that if you don't have one already. Another thing is, like I said, I want to make sure that we're definitely on the same page. I'm tuned in normal, standard tuning, 440. And right now, just the bright tones, clean strings, with still plenty of bottom end. No need to really scoop the mids for the best tone you can get. Everybody's going to go for whatever tone they enjoy. But the typical slap pop tone is not going to be met by a typical P-bass type arrangement. But when you add a jazz bass back there, pickup, it really brings in the high end. So if you don't have something back here near the bridge. That could be your problem, if you have a problem at all. Again, a compressor and then adding just a bunch more high end can probably take care of, if you're only using something like these at the moment. Anything with one pickup is going to be limited, except for the good old Music Mans. Those were some funky basses, man. They really had some great sounds, and humbuckers too, but it's usually the single coils that usually give you the best funk tones. Okay, like I had said at the beginning, best thing to do is have some definite knowledge behind you, so I expect you to definitely know all your notes, know how to tune, do all that, and already know how to do some funkin', and we'll just catch up, okay? And as of today, I just got off the internet 2 seconds ago, just to let you know what day this is. See, they just busted good old Jared of Subway, you know, for the child pornography thing, but they just went and raided Gene Simmons, whose bass I'm using here, and have about 10 Gene Simmons type basses here, you know, all the axes and everything. His house just got busted for child porn. They said nobody in the house is, you know, a suspect at all, but we'll see how that plays out. So that just happened at 8 o'clock this morning. So we'll see what goes on. Yeah, never know. Might have been his old lady. Who knows? Okay, anyway, so as far as playing your funk stuff, as far as the actual way that you get those, I want to make sure that you are doing it my way and any other way that you choose to do it. I choose to do it. If I'm going just for the A note, of course I am wrapping my thumb around, I'm grabbing other strings, muting them, however you have to mute them. Okay, so I'm stopping it real quick. The word is staccato. Okay? So want to make sure that you actually have this part. Okay? Okay, again, I'm just slapping right about there. Okay, so it's close to the actual neck. Wherever you want to slap at, it's fine. It changes. But it's got a good bounce back response, you know, kind of if you check cushions, you know, the railings on a pool table or anything else, or a drum head, you know, it's just supposed to respond a certain way. Your thumb bounces back off there really nice. Okay, I'm keeping the actual bottom part of my hand, this part, actually against the bass or on top of a pickup. I'm finding a place to kind of anchor it. Sometimes I just anchor it on top of the, you know, low E string or B string, whichever bass I'm playing. But again, slap that puppy, and whatever it takes to shut it up. Okay, the long scale shot. If you hear some rattling, man, that's about 1,000 instruments here. No, there's about 200. They're just rattling and rattling against each other, and part of the ceiling's caving in. Okay. Okay, and as far as the other notes on the bottom end, if you're going, same thing. Okay, so I'm hitting the low E string and doing an actual hammer on to the G, and then just slapping that A again. And I'm going to be doing this and a couple other things with some popping, and then put in the actual metronome just to make sure, like I said, that we are caught up with each other and we'll start at the same place, you know. Okay, so So this will be the actual line we're playing, and I'm going to add a couple more things and then just make sure you can follow me. Okay, so that thing, I'm doing that on the D string by doing the thumb again, whatever it takes to shut the other strings up, and you got to be real precise with your thumb. And again, you're here because you've played some of this before. That's why it's called Beyond the Basics. You've already learned the basics, okay? Okay, so that one again. So everything has been with our thumb the same way. Okay, now I'm going to actually grab with my middle finger underneath the G string. Slow motion. Full motion. Or long motion. Okay, so hit the D, hammer on, then, so they're both the exact same hammer on. If you're not used to that yet, go ahead and shut this puppy off and go get used to it before you get any further. I know that a lot of people are on different levels, so I want to make sure I catch everybody before I turn on the metronome, and we're all on the same skill level, at least, when we get ready to start playing together, which is not too far down the road, in another 5 minutes probably. Okay, that one there. These are all a whole bunch of basic licks. Okay, again, that's the low E, hammer on to the G, so 3rd fret. Then, so you're just hitting the 3rd fret on the A string, giving it a little bit of vibrato, downward. Okay. I'm just showing you a few licks, and we're going to use all these, some of these, but I want you to be able to play with this click track because I'm going to let you do it on your own after we do it together. That was... Okay, just more of the same. Again, because you are famous and cool and already past your basics, you can follow this without me telling you too much. Okay. It's really quick to get in there. So play that one by a few times so you can get the phrasing. Slowly. So getting it nice and clean is a groovy thing. And the other parts we already did. You could do those too, as many hammer-ons as you want to. Okay, just phrase it, grab that C, and put some little vibrato on there, on the C and the B. Okay, so we're covering it from both ends, coming back to the root note, the A, from the upside and from underneath. Okay, and I want to also cover it from the exact same upside but do the octaves, meaning the C and the other C. Okay? Again, I'm just playing catch up for anybody who doesn't know. So the C, and then with your pinky or your ring finger or whatever you have, going up to the 5th fret on your G string. Okay, nice staccato for both of them. Okay, and then the same thing for B. Okay, so it's okay, so I'm leading you up in to this with an A. Check it out. So I'm going. So going to the 1st fret. So that's phrasings. All your phrasings could be totally different. Again, if you guys don't know me, I'm very much the person who just, I like to say this a lot, gives you all the tools, all the lumber, all the bricks, the hammers and stuff, and just let you go build your own house. So take what I have and, you know, build a little model of this, but then go off and build your own house the way you want it. You're never going to get famous sounding like somebody else, so whether fame is your thing or not, it's nice to sound like somebody other than me. Okay, so those are basically the licks for the first round of the metronome. I'm going to simply play, and if you want to join in, I want you to. I'm going to play a certain pattern. First one's going to be and then I'll probably go okay, so once I start playing something, I'm going to play it for a little while, but it will not be anything other than what I've shown you. So you have those, and you have the, and you have the, that, and that one. Okay, and I'll try to stay as close to the actual licks that I've shown you. And the main part is getting that whole staccato thing down. This whole funk thing is not about letting these things ring until later. You know, there's a place for it, especially if you're going to go. Okay, so there are places for it. So here comes the metronome, and follow me. I'll play you a lick, and you just jump in when you can. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, only thing I added different, of course, which is cool. Okay, so from here, I want you to actually add a few more licks, and then I'm going to let you have the metronome. Okay, and don't forget, I do have 60 backing tracks for sale if you need them. $4 to download them, $9.95 if you want them on a, or $8.95, sorry, if you want them on a CD-ROM, which has 60 tracks on it. Nothing but drums, full songs, 6 different genres, 10 different full songs in each genre. Okay, so on that, I want to add, you're doing the, okay, there's the typical that everybody should already know. The typical octave thing. Again, that's an A. It's a little more lenient. With the staccato thing, you can do it as you wish. I think right about there is where it sounds best, and everything is nice and even. One doesn't ring more than the other, but yet you hear every note. For those who aren't getting it, the typical A, then your A right here on the 2nd fret of the G string. Again, you're cranking out with your middle finger or whatever finger makes you comfortable. It doesn't matter to me. Use your pinky, use your middle finger, I don't care. It's whatever works for you. This is just what works for me. Okay? So I still use the same fingers for these. Okay, we're going down to the F sharp. So F sharp, so 2nd fret, low E, 4th fret on your D. Okay, same picking. And it's chromatic walk up, which means every fret or every note, that's what chromatic is covering all the sharps, flats, whatever. So going from F sharp, G, G sharp, and then get right back to your open A. And of course, that is your choice. If you want to do it here, so that everything is more tonally the same, since you're playing on the same strings. In case you have the low E is a little bit deader than the A, or you know, that G is always nice and twangy, and then if you got it here, not quite as much. So if you like your twang a little bit down, tone down. Now don't forget, I'm using just the camera mic here. I've done a lot where I've gone direct in and done the whole, you know, direct box and, you know, micing up and everything, and people just keep coming back and they want just the microphone sound. I don't know why they want everybody else to do the nice studio sounding thing, but they love Dr. Groovy here just doing the microphone, so there it be. Okay, that is another one, which we already did. Okay, but before we only did... So just add this one in, you're going to add the B flat into it. So if you're... Okay, because what you're doing is going 3 frets under the A note. Now we're going 3 frets above it. Okay, which we're doing chromatic walk up and a chromatic walk down. Okay? So all together with the metronome, that ends up being, I'll do it all on one set of strings here. In a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's what we've got. Those, I just want you to play along with the... Okay, that one is just another one that I want you to pick up on in just a little bit, but for right now, I'm going to let you have about 4 minutes of this metronome to work on those, okay? For chapter 1. I'm going to do 4 chapters, which will take us all the way up to a 2-hour video, okay? So this is just going to be the click track for about 4 minutes coming at you. You do everything that I've shown you so far, and then we'll come back and put the pedal to the metal, okay? So here we go. It's all you. Okay, so use that as much as you need to, of course. That is set at 100 beats per minute, just so you'll know where you're at. Like I said, we'll have 4 total chapters here, all of them roughly about a half hour each. So work on all that, make sure you're where I'm at. If you are further than that, hey, cool. I'll catch you on the next one, and I'll try to get you guys that know a little bit more some stuff that you can use as well. Okay, all you other guys, go catch up before you move along. Okay, see ya on Chapter 2. Peace. Okay, welcome back. Hope you got a lot out of that and have got caught up. We'll come back to all those because those are just showing you just different licks, different fills, different little things that you can throw within what you already do. Okay, to keep all that stuff going all the time, yeah, that gets really old on anybody's brain. So to do that stuff for an entire song, you know that that's generally not the way to go. You just pick your moments, grab one of those licks, and toss it in there for flavor. Okay, some songs might require, you know, especially things that were recorded with synth bass stuff, where it's just that Seinfeld sounding rolling synth all the time going. You know, you're going to have that sound all the time because it's that one sound sampled all the time. Okay, now I want to get away from the open notes and get you on, I'm going to go in the key of G. And everything I played in there. Okay, and there will be more. So as far as the G stuff, let's just get right on in it. Okay, so I want you right there with your pinky or whatever you would normally use when you're back building, so building from underneath the note. Okay, so whatever you use, whatever fingers. Okay, same thing, we just don't have anything to rest our hand on. Okay, so I don't know what, if you use a finger rest, thumb rest, or nothing at all. I never use anything, but my arm is just resting on the top of the bass, and that gives me plenty of an anchor to... Okay, I want to see where my drum beat's at. Okay, so that'll be fun. I might bring the drums down a little bit and make sure we get the most important part, which is the bass, so I'll bring those down just a hair. Okay, so these, okay, of course, just follow me for now. Do what you want with them later. Okay, so we're going from the F to the G, and of course it'll be in the key of G. Okay, so it's all, again, down with the thumb. Okay, so now we're going to actually start putting in some ghost notes. There's 2. Because you're going to have these coming up. raking, and so forth. And, you know, stuff where there's not... Okay, things like that are going to actually have a lot of ghost notes that are actually just percussive. If you didn't know what they are, that's what some people call them. Others call them blue notes. Oops, I blew that one. And there's other terms for blue notes. So anyway, back to the regular stuff. So go ahead and incorporate the two little ghost notes in. Okay. Okay, that's one phrasing. Another one, we're going to grab a B flat. Okay, some of you have probably heard it. If you have, wonderful. Okay, so we're working on top of it, going from the C. Okay, going to use a lot of vibrato. Okay, so I'm going really staccato with the C note, 3rd fret, A string. First one I'm just doing staccato. It's just a lick that can be played any old way. So again, it's just for example. Okay, so staccato. Then I'm bending towards the floor. You can bend up if you want. Down to the B flat. More vibrato or a bend. So that one there is just a straight bend. That one there can be vibrato. Then right back to your G. Okay, so together. Okay, so just whatever you want. It just gives you another lick, another place to go. Okay, so that's just another one. Grab phrases, and for always with me, I will go off all over the place, but I will tell you, use that pause button, and if there's something you like, learn it, because you may not hear it again. Okay? Things are just going to fly by. I will show them to you as much as I remember to, but if you really like something, go check it out. Nothing will be above your head. Okay? That there's cool. Okay, so those I'll get for you. Here's a cool lick that I'm going to teach you that has all that in it. And the way I'm going to play it with my right hand is going to blow your mind that I'm doing it that way. So if you have a better way that you like, please, for all intents and purposes, play it your way with the fingering. Okay? Because I'm going to be in there just digging a hole, man, with my fingers. So that's going to be... Okay, watch the old crab claw down here, okay? Okay, so that's my way of playing. It's just the way I came up with. I was never shown, so therefore, you get what you get. Okay, So that lick, to work out some stuff of your own, which is a great lick to work out stuff on your own, is going to be the G up here at the 5th fret of the D string. Okay, so we've got pull off to the F. So 5, 3. Then the 5th fret on the A string, which is the D. Okay, watch my right hand if you need or want into this. I'm trying to keep as much of them popping as I can. So I'm actually watching myself in the monitor, analyzing myself. Okay, so it's just down on the D. Okay, so I'm going to let you look as much as you can because I may not pay a whole lot of attention to my right hand. The lick. Okay. 5, 3, 5, 3. Now it's okay. And I'm doing it with my first finger, pulling up on the A string, 5 down to 3. Now I'm actually doing a pull off. No, I'm not. That was my pull off, basically. I'm doing a hard slam with my thumb and another thumb. That's the basic lick, okay? Grab this a couple times, work on it, pause it, whatever. Now listen for the clicks or the ghost notes. Put some in there. Okay, maybe take that one out, that one. It's a good one to put a lot of that in. Okay, so the other one I want you to put in is just the minor to major, yeah. On the G string, I'm popping with my middle finger, 3 to 4. Okay, so you can always have the chord there too. It's nice for anybody who doesn't know this. Slide it up, so you have your root and your third, but take them down 1 fret. Okay, you don't have to make them so harsh. That's using the back of my fingernails, like that. And we're going to use that a lot, because it's getting used a lot. You just never know when, until I tell you. Okay? If you don't like it there, then you can pop them with 2 fingers. That's called a double stop whenever you play 2 notes at the same time. And there are a lot of these in bass guitar now. Okay. There's this. It's just some stuff from a band back in Indiana I used to hang with for many years. But a lot of that kind of stuff where you can use the double stops. Okay, so back to the plan. I love doing that. Who doesn't, huh? Especially if you got a 5 string, you can hit that G and come way down. Okay? That's more of it. It's the same thing, but it's just more of the same thing. I'll come back to the minor major in a second. Okay. Now these have clicks, ghost notes. You already have it. That one you already have. We got to there, then hit the G note. Now this one. Okay, Same thing. Okay, so we're going back to C, G. Now, same thing, minor to major, but down here. So B flat to B. Okay, so it's just this. Again. The main thing is to get that G back in there again. Back to it. Now the hammer on to the minor to major. And the G again. One more time slow, then it's going to start going fast. Now I'm starting to add funk by taking some of those notes out and making them ghost notes. Okay, so we're starting to add that stuff. It's just popular. Get it? Pop-ular. Need to get a t-shirt made. I am Pop-ular, and have a slapping guy, just the motion. Okay, and again. So, that's another one. Showed it to you, but we're going to utilize it now. So you have the G, that is the octave up. Just went straight down to the C. Again, I'll get my right hand in there. So. Okay, doing the minor to the major. These are thirds that I'm talking about. So root, minor third, major third. Okay, and okay, so real quick, if you want them, double stops are these. Now we're at 5-4. You got 7-5, 9-7. Now you can do a chromatic in between the last two sets of chords. Okay, use that how you will. Okay, so start omitting, leaving out some of the notes on your own time. I love this. This rumbles, especially if you got the big rig. I got a full stack of Ashdown stuff over here. A few cabinets and just, some major power over there, but just going through a little tiny heart key kickback down here for right now. Okay, that's just that. Okay. See the old crab going? Finger, thumb. Okay, it's just a really cool thing to have some bottom end in and the whole PA, but that just gives some real growls, and then to really slam the horns out in the front of the house system. Get some of those in there. Sounds like somebody starting a Harley when you got it through a huge system. It's just great. And with this, okay, so you can see how that's really going to put some underlying cool stuff there, even if it should just be, okay, when it comes time for a bridge or something. Pull that out and watch any drummer just go, what the hell? I mean, but with the amount of just pure sonic boom going on, of course you would be in the key of D in the same position if you're using a 5-string. That sounds mean, man. You start playing those low notes and you come down to that low C. But, you know, bring those down and that thing just kicks your booty and those low strings start genting. I didn't want to use the word gent, but I have to. So, yeah, and add a little bit, like, slight bit of dirt on there, and man, that thing just gravels all up, and all of a sudden, Lemmy and Nikki Sixx walk in, and they're like, dude. You know, neither of them can play like that, you know, but they'll get the grunge tone, they'll get the Gene Simmons tone, but then actually have some talent and play the bass, you know, so that makes a difference. Okay, so those are the cool things. Let's get the back of the hand as well, since we're in G. I want to let you know that you can do, of course, the 5th fret harmonics, and you can rake across all of them, but mainly try to get that, you know, that one. The D is fine too. So 5th, 7th, 12th is all fine, but everybody's using the 5th and the 4th. Okay, the 4th fret harmonics are very strange, and I'll show you how to use them, but right now, there's a good one. When they turn out, there's a good one. Sometimes I just flick it like a booger. Just, but it looks cool. Just, okay, so you're getting those. Totally safe. They're notes. They're the 5th and the root. Okay, so that's what's going on there. So sometimes it just don't happen. That's cool. And if you get it, reach up, look cool, and bend your neck. Okay? This particular one's a bolt-on, so you can have right at it and not worry about it. Okay, that's 4th fret. So between the 4th and the 3rd fret, there are 4 sets of harmonics. Just divide it evenly, the spaces between the 4th and 3rd fret, and you'll have 4 sets of harmonics. Divide it like even, like pizza. you got my gate on. Okay, so you can grab any of those in any key. Okay, so if you're playing in like G flat or something, yeah, just grab some of those. It don't matter where you land, just hit it somewhere between the third and the fourth. That's what you hear most bass players doing. If you're wondering, that's where they're getting it. But if you're in G, it's nice to go there. Or pick any of them and you'll get used to doing them. Again, it's really nice to hit them like with a pick, and that's what you're doing by using your fingernails. Okay? And I did mention the pick before. I'll get it later on. But again, apply this to everything. It's, yeah, getting that time again before, for the end of the chapter. But try to sit here and... Okay, so the whole lick. That's the whole entire lick that I've shown you this time. Okay, so those are mainly it. So work on those and start taking out some notes, adding the ghost notes. There's the most popular places. I'll play it slow. When I'm doing these low ones, I'm doing some little bit of palm muting, so I still get the sonic lowness. It still sounds, you know, feels like somebody's kicking the back of your chair on the airplane. So I'm taking most of the notes out of there, just working on the percussion. I'm only using thumb and first finger. Okay, so one appendage per string. So they never get off of their assigned string for this. Okay, so have fun with this. I'm going to give you a drum track again to play with. I'm going to just do a couple things on the first track, or the first about 4 bars, and let you have another about 4 minutes of this particular track, which is still set at 100 beats per minute, but it's just a basic rock groove. And I'll bring this up for you, just so you don't have to bring it up so much on your device, but do as you wish. Okay, so that's the beat buddy down here. I'm just changing, going from rhythms or verses to choruses to cymbal crashes and different fills, and beat buddy, a very cool pedal. Okay, so that is the end of the first half of the video. Coming back just for more and more and more and more and more stuff. So I hope everybody's catching on. Again, get those. Okay, again, don't stay where I'm at. You can take that whole thing again. Let me show you how to read my mind. Same thing, okay? Just make it funky instead of same lick. Okay, see, there's so much more actual just flavor and just the way you're going to interpret it and play it your own way. Okay, so really dig the licks apart. I'm just giving you basic licks. Again, giving you tools, hammers, nails, wood, blah, 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 build that house, and enjoy. Okay, so I'll be back in a few and see you for round 3. Okay, we're here on chapter 3. Going to change things up just a little bit. Going to include a few more people out there in Cyberland with this guy. I know some of you guys are really, really stuck with this. And then a lot of you guys out there don't use it at all. Okay, so it's time for everybody to be able to use it and to embrace it and to love it and whatever, because those who don't use it, yes, there is a place for it. I know, not in the trash. And then for the guys who just sit there and play with this all the time, that are just trying to learn this funk stuff and trying to get away for a little bit just by trying to simply broaden their vocabulary of bass licks and of sounds, this thing is getting taxing on their ears and on just their style. So going to incorporate both and change up the actual kind of music we're playing. It's kind of a samba or samba, depending on where you're from. You put the correct emphasis on the correct syllable. You had to be there and see the movie. Otherwise, that Grove guy, he's just kind of off his nut. It's nice to get off your nut. Okay, now here's the kind of beat I'm using. Okay, I think the guy had one too many drinks there at the end. Anyway, I want to, like I said, incorporate the pick and the fingers together. Okay, so everybody's going to come together. Some, like I said, some of you use picks, some of you don't. So if you have a pick, of course, grab it. If you don't have a pick, go get one, come back, turn this back on. Okay, or just simply get the message of what's going on here. Again, this Gene Simmons guy always uses picks, never, ever, ever plays with his fingers. There was a little war. Here's just a little story real quick between him and Ronnie James Dio about who invented, you know, the whole devil horns thing or this or whatever. So Dio, rest his soul, claims to have come up with the actual horns themselves, you know, with the thumb over the 2 middle fingers. If you watch Gene Simmons on his very early days with the bat wings and stuff. There were a part of the costume that in order to keep it on, they actually had to go over these two middle fingers, this spandexy material, latex spandex, and it would go around these two fingers and sometimes just cover them up. But he didn't care. He was playing with the pick. So that didn't make any difference in tone for him because he was always playing the pick. So his, middle fingers were just used to hold the wings on his Batman outfit. But anyway, his whole thing was he was always holding the pick. So he does what I do. I play a lot of hybrid picking, and when I go to get rid of the pick, I mean, it's always with me. I never put it down for the most part, but I put it underneath these two fingers. It's right there, okay? Because I might want to pull it out for one quick lick and then bring it back out just so it changes its stuff. Because too much of one thing is just too much of one thing, okay? And I do this. And I play with my thumb, my first finger, and my pinky. It doesn't matter whether I'm playing bass or guitar or any instrument, that I use a pick on. But anyway, if you go to wave at somebody and you have a pick in your hand, you get that symbol. So Gene was caught in many, many, many photos with that. People started talking about that. All he's trying to do is wave and hold a pick at the same time. Now he's trying to convince everybody that he's genius and he came up with this whole thing. Those are the devil horns. That belongs to Dio. Gene's just trying to say hi and got caught, mid-wave in a few photos, and people are like, hey, that's cool looking. That must mean something. That means somebody caught him in mid-wave while he's holding a guitar pick. That's all there is to it. Okay? So that's what that's all about. And just like Gene, he's just trying to make more out of it than what it was. Okay? So it was just a photo op, and it looks cool, so he tried to take credit for it and go get it trademarked or whatever. Anything for a buck. Okay, so right now I want to do in E. Okay, it's going to be, the notes are actually going to be going from D to E on your A string. And then your low E. I'm using pick. Okay, so if you've never used a pick before, you're supposed to use whatever works for you. Some people like to use them here, some like to use great big picks. I use about 1 millimeter. These are cactus picks. So they're really, really, I'll let the camera do its focus thing. If I can hold my hand still. Let me try to cover some other stuff. And put some more junk around it. There you go. So it actually has a bunch of bumps on it that feel like cactus pricks, but they won't fall out of your hand when you sweat. So you're grabbing onto those, and yeah, they leave a bunch of marks in your finger. Like if you fall asleep on, and you wake up and your face is all smushed for a few minutes. But yeah, your fingers look like cactus pricks. That's one way to say that word without getting censored. Okay, so hammer on 5 to 7 on the A. And then the low E string. Okay, so I'm just grabbing it with whatever I need, and I release whatever other fingers I need to pop with. So the first phrasing here I'm doing the low parts. I just reach down with whatever you have left and do your popping. Okay, so it's a hybrid picking for bass. You can get right back up there and play all this on the other strings. You don't have to keep your pick playing the notes. Here they are with the pick. Okay, so I went Okay, so I'm used my fingers, the rest of it. So okay, so that was done with the pick, so that you can give the listener's ear a break from, you know, again, this is called funk, but again, some people play with picks. So I'm going to devote 15 minutes of 2 hours to people who play with picks and people who don't, but just to hear the difference. So you can go. Okay, then just reach around. Nothing else is going to make that noise. Your fingers aren't going to make that. Okay, sounds like I'm in need of a tuning. Anyway, so utilize the pick in different places. Try it on the low part. Try it on the high part. Again, that one's just the same lick I taught you in G earlier. Great lick. Now it's just an E. Okay? Okay, so there's hybrid. So whatever does not work for you. But don't leave the pick out, and don't leave your fingers out and thumbs, because definitely that's what we're here for, is funk. But I want to include those people who still are always going to use a pick no matter what, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different way. Okay, so you get used to using it. There are felt picks out there that sound very mellow and will make your strings sound like flat wounds instead of having to go out and buy flat wounds. Blah blah blah. You can achieve a million sounds. Stone picks sound like you've got a flanger going, but you don't have to add any effects. I've got wood picks made out of all kinds of different, woods. Picks are made out of all kinds of things. You can even, and I do it too because I dig picks, but there are thumb picks. Okay, so you can go as far as to put the metal ones on your fingers too, because I, play all kinds of instruments which entail wearing two metal picks on my fingers and this, and banjo even, and they sound so different. So try all kinds of things. I even play slide on the bass. Real quick, for those who haven't ever seen this, they do make a graphite right there. Slide. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. So your carbon and hell. Okay, roll back your tone knob, go to the P bass. You know, you can fool some of the people some of the time. Probably not the musicians, but hey, there's a place for everything. Okay? Okay, so let's get back in with our drum beat and learn some stuff. Okay, so again, give it a chance for those of you who don't, and for those of you who are here that use these all the time, you know, God love you. Thanks for playing with your hands and fingers and everything else for a while. Okay, let's get back to our drum beat and find some inspiration. So we're going to grab a couple licks from just that. And again, it's all about phrasing. You know, this would be totally different with something else, but it lends itself. The beat made me just want to go. Okay? Don't be afraid to bend strings. It's a thing. It's not just for guitar players. Okay, make it all kinds of nervous. And again, it can be as sparse as it needs to be. Okay, too much of it is too much of it. Again. Okay, so that is funk, but being solid. Okay, don't forget, man. It's not funk is not about Victor Wooten all the time. it's you know, Victor is Victor. You know, so that's what that is. To get him to play in a regular band, I don't know how he would do. Hard to say. But sometimes you just have to dumb it down. And then it's all about just the right tone. Okay? So don't forget, varieties of tones are cool. MIDI stuff is cool for bass players. I do a lot of MIDI things. Go from straight bass to straight synth bass via two different volume pedals, you know, MIDI in. So a little bit of some other sound mixed in with the bass sound, or going straight synth and covering, you know, the stuff from the 80s and 90s that was just done on a keyboard. You know, so don't rule that out either. Okay? For anybody out there that needs to know what the hell I'm talking about, that little box, the Sonus, it's like 75, 80 bucks. You plug your bass right there. It comes back out just like a pedal. Yeah, there's a 9-volt in there. And there's just a MIDI cord. Cram it into any keyboard you have or any keyboard module. and it will do just fine and dandy with any sound that's in there. Okay? So, but you can't turn your bass up and down. You have to use like a volume pedal, one on the synth, one on your bass to turn your bass up and down, and to turn the keys or the synth up and down. And you can start, you know, mixing and matching, but this does a really good job. Okay? So think about it, consider it. It's very good for the funk stuff, and you get those really cool old, you know, 80s and stuff, synth sounds, spaceships and all kinds of cool things. And then again, every keyboard today has that Roland, God, it was probably like a D50 or something. It just had that bass sound, that, you know, the Seinfeld sound. So you can have that all the time, you know. It's just a beautiful thing. Okay, so now let's get these licks. Again, the E. Okay, I'm getting rid of the pick because we're getting rid of the pick. I gave it its time. Okay, back to this, and I'm going to get my licks back in my head. Okay, so some things that came out that I wanted to definitely get. Okay, was that stuff. Very easy. A lot of you probably already know where I'm going. If you want to go whatever, get 2 octaves. If you want them further apart, that's cool too. You go. Okay, and then bring it down to. Okay. Okay, that's open, hammer on to the 3rd octave. Okay, so it's nice to keep the E droning. See? Okay, that's just playing around with the E chord. Okay, if you don't know this, here it is. Okay, going like this. The old crab thing. Okay, hammer-ons on both. Okay. Okay, so that's giving you that. Okay, hammer on your D string to your E. Back to your E note. Flatten it out for your A. Back to your E. Now, open to doing that again, doing your minor 3rd to your major 3rd. That's another one you can add a lot of clicks to, your ghost notes. Okay, so a lot of stuff to have right there open. We'll get the more up here. I'm going to fly through this, get the licks, okay? Because I dilly-dallied with the pick, but it needed to be there. That there's getting into Chris Squire territory, rest his soul. Slow, any way you want to phrase it. Or depends on how you want to play it. Again, click it. Make it that simple. Okay, leave a bunch of junk out, or that's as busy as you can get probably. Okay. Okay, so add some of that in too. Okay, again, you can do the open. Do that. Okay. Okay, so if you're going down that low, have some fun in the deep end. Okay, and throw in the real tension breaker, the roof shaker. If everybody's down there chugga in E, if you throw an F in there, okay, that's a heavy metal trick, but it's cool. You can sit down there and ride and freak people out, and it will make the subs on the house system want to come apart, but that will blow some pant legs, and people find that kind of thing cool. Okay, so even something like that is just enough against other E's going on all over the place. Again, if you got guitar players and you're going, okay, you can do that with a pick, or just, okay, just enough now and then to really make things come apart. It's going to make the cabinet sound like they're coming apart. Not rattling unless they actually are coming apart, but it's going to give a sonic dissonance. You know how you have two notes that are just one, half step from each other, but way down low, man, that's just going to create some major, you're going to set car alarms off. Okay? Okay, so if you're throwing in your nobody's going to expect that, but it's so very cool, again, to ride against. Just toss it in. Again, it's just for sonic, a sonic mess. Back up here. Okay, okay, so that's a cool one right there. That's the two A's ringing. Okay, so I want the other lick, so. And you have. That's another one. Dissonance again. Watch my right hand. Hear that? Okay, you still got one ringing right here. All kinds of junk on there. Grab those big time. Just octaves of the same thing. Instead of separating them with the typical boo-dat, 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 get in there and get heavy. And then your funk stuff will sound refreshing again. You know, break it up. That's the long and the short of it. Okay, so again. Okay. That just sounds great. Okay, so one more time real quick, I'm going to let the thing go. I want you to practice whatever you want to practice, but all of thatness with your own voicings. I'm going to play just a tiny bit into it, but this drum beat, I'm going to bring it up. Okay, here we go. And then we'll get out of this one and then back into the final chapter, chapter 4, right after this. Okay, there you go. Round 3 over with. Go back, play with that anytime you want. Again, grab any bass or drum patterns you want, blah, blah, blah. Get them online, whatever. I'm going to let you guys practice on all the different, again, variations of what I just did. And please just use them as a guide, not a rule, just something to get you going. Okay? I'm going to come back with some really, really weird stuff, but that's a good thing, stuff that you may not have ever heard before, okay? So coming back for the very, very last round, it's going to be a short one, about 15, 20 minutes for the fourth one, okay? So go do some homework, okay? Catch you in a sec. Okay, guys, gals, combinations of both, humans, extraterrestrials, whatever we have out there. It is time for really weird stuff, okay? Really weird stuff can be extremely cool, and it is. Again, if you don't come up with something new, you have no identity as far as I am concerned, as far as a player. Coming in with something new on bass, Victor Wooten just blew it out of the water. Yeah, I love the guy. You're like, how come you're not talking about Jocko or whatever? It's like, because there's Victor Wooten. Just insane. But again, to use in a regular lounge band, no. So, wild, wacky, crazy stuff that you can build from. Take whatever you want, again, from. Take everything I do and do it way better. Play it forward, backward, inside out, start from the third note, play the next to the last note next, and then, you know, invert everything. And come up with your own shizzle, okay, in the hizzle. One thing I need to tell you, there is a way for when you start getting for the people who are not so funky all the time, and this is not a 6-day-a-week job for you, you're going to start wearing, which is fine, holes in your thumb, and it's going to make a big old blister there, and you know that's going to turn into a callus after a while, but you still want to play while that thing is unplayable. You just can't keep beating on that blister. So there are a lot of bass players who use the percussive piano method. Okay, do you know how piano works? Open it up, you see the hammers inside. Many famous bass players, very revered bass players, play. Okay? It sounds great. You might add a couple fingers, just make sure you hit it. That has a sound all its own. Okay, but the other notes. Okay. And it is literally that. You hammer it just the way a piano strikes, and then get your finger off there. So. Anytime you want to look out of the ordinary. Okay? So there's a bunch of stuff where you can actually, turn this off. If you better be good at rhythm. Those are called stroke rolls, cowboy things. It's not Wipeout. You can play it though. Okay. Okay, so it can be used. Now here is what was called back in Seattle. There were even Dwight Yoakam got in on some of this. It was called cowpunk. Okay, yeah, country mixed in with the punk stuff, and heck, with Nashville, Buck Owens came out and had some fun. But check this out. You got chords: root, fifth, root. Right? That's what country players play. Right? Just root, fifth, but root. There's a chord. Okay, there's your double stop. Okay, so you don't have to do as harsh up there. Everything in between. Okay, so it's just something to think about, but there were cowpunk players. Just doing everything. Very weird doing that. You got a root fifth, root fifth. Nobody ever thinks to do that. Okay? The root fifth sounds fine, but okay, that's root fifth, root, octave, root, fifth, regular root, fifth, octave. Say. Okay, so it's all over the place. So that's from the cowpunk days. Okay, so a legitimate thing. Another thing, again, that one. Okay, again, the hammer piano technique. A lot of bass players, that's just how they play. Go look at It Whistle. Okay, I guess you got to watch footage of him now. He died here in Las Vegas, which is where I'm just right outside of. Everything looked weird. It's like he would call it like a typewriter, which is exactly what it was. If you got to see the old typewriters, like I used to write on. Okay. Okay, it's just very weird. But you get it nice and clean, get used to playing it. It gives every bit of authority that all the other stuff does. So you've got, and your thumb is not involved at all. Okay? So if you get that blister, work on the other, and at least you have something to work with, and it might work well for you. And it doesn't hurt, again, to have more tools to build that house. Okay. The next one is the super speedy one. And again, slow it down whenever you want to. Okay? But for now, and for us, and to get out of here on, is going to be the fun of the super speedy I'm going to do the octaves just for fun, just to stick it in your head, and because they're fun. God, how can I tell you this? It's going to be hammer-ons and octaves. Okay? Okay, so that is one that is to work on. Where will you use it? Wherever you want. Okay, so you're adding an extra note. I'm just in D because it's on, it's on the camera. It's in frame. Can you tell I need to set my intonation again? It's been a while. Okay, so not only do we have the okay, so you have a little hiccup in there that gets you, so it'll come back in on time. Now that's a mouthful. Okay, that is solo stuff. Okay, you can get people really clapping. Just keep a kick drum going out there and put your hand here and they're like, yeah. Okay, so the really fast version and slowing it down so you can grasp what's going on. One of the final thoughts is to take the same thing, use the scale and as much of it as you want. Of course, go if you want plain old scale, or just any particular way you want to do it, but with the same thing you were just doing just now. Okay, get it? So I'm doing the scale and I'm picking. Now I'm going all over the place, and then coming back at it. Okay, and don't forget about bending. This is cool. Come down here, use all your fingers, put them so it finally ends up on the G. Okay, or come down here, F sharp, going up to A. It's just great at the end of a song. It's like fretless. It's a beautiful thing, you know? Okay, so anytime you want, you can get a fret and a half out of it. Okay, so a step and a half. But, again, that... Okay, you can go straight up chromatically if you want. Of course, you can do anything you want. Alright, there you go. I'm going to bring this thing up. Why? Just because I want to. There's the knob. Can't find my knob, folks. Okay. Once again, Scott Grove, Dr. Groovy, Dr. Funkenstein today. GroovyMusicLessons.com. Come over, lots of free lessons. Putting out tons more bass lessons for y'all. Hope you enjoyed part 2 of the funk stuff. People have been asking me for it for about 6 years. I've actually found out the other day I had another heart attack. I did an EKG and they showed it to me and said, did you know you had another one? It's like, you know, I felt something, but hey, just roll with the punches, man. Keep on funking out until you check out. So, hope you found a lot of stuff that you can use. Again, don't use everything at face value. Use it at your value. The values will change. Change the parameters of every note. Change everything. Again, get tracks. Get my tracks, get somebody else's tracks. Play this stuff with every possible thing. Get the tracks from a Barry Manilow. Get Mandy by Barry Manilow, but try to funk it up. Okay? So that's my best advice, is to put it where it shouldn't be, and people with picks and people without them, trade places. Learn to use them. Learn to have some variety not only in your playing but in the tools you use. Maybe try some slides, some different kind of picks. Mined picks, which are the stone ones, polished stone, weigh about 10 pounds. There's V picks out there that make some really cool sounds. Again, the wooden picks, all kinds of different things. There's the water pick you use between your teeth before you go to the dentist. Anyway, you guys be groovy and be funky, okay? And again, try to notice the difference between funk and soul. Okay, I did a little soul video week or two ago. Big difference, okay? Soul, and especially in the old days, Motown, blah, blah, blah. No popping, no whatever. You know, everybody had flat wounds, so it didn't exist yet, but this is all about the funk. And again, this should take you up to an intermediate level. So this would get you like hired in a band, and there's enough there for you to take care of the funky tunes. Not to be, you know, amazing, but this, you know, baby steps. But I try to get you further than most can in the quickest amount of time. So again, the pause button and just days of sitting around, take your bass with you on the toilet or whatever, and or watching TV shows, and just get everything developed. It's just a matter of rhythm. Just sit there. The stroke rolls and all that stuff will get something. Do the piano hitting things, you know, like Entwistle played, and all that stuff. You'll never play like him. John with John. Just check out every resource you have. You have YouTube for all kinds of different things, but then turn those inside out. Learn them the way they are, but then change it and never play it that way again unless you like really loved it the way it was. But the songs themselves will make you change them. So again, only play as much as you have to unless you are spotlighted. Again, you are the foundation of whatever it is. So keep the groove there, and the funk stuff is sprinkles. Okay, so it's excessive stuff I'm showing you, but again, that is so that you can bring it in, reel it in, and just use a couple of these here and there, unless it's absolutely needed. You have a solo or something. Uh-oh, bass solo. It's not the 80s anymore. So, hope you enjoyed. Come back for more. Appreciate you. Nanu. May the force be with you. Hasta la pasta. Oh, bye. Later. Oh, Gene Simmons. Dio. And where's my pick? Rob Chapman. Chappers out. Oh, good one. Later, kids. Bye.
Not paying attention to the fools around me, cause I think they're rising and then buzzing up and down.